Oh, baby. Woo! Indiana Pacers. My Indiana Pacers beat the Knicks 138-135, I think. I mean, I don't even know what just happened. I mean, we were down 20 points in the fourth quarter, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. We were completely flat. We literally let them just take the fourth quarter. I don't even know what kind of defense we were playing. We were just giving them buckets at the end of the fourth quarter or the beginning of the fourth quarter. And then Naismith, just, I don't even know. The guy just went to Mars and back. I'm hitting like 5 or 6 threes. Halliburton obviously scoots back and hits what we thought was a game winner, but it was on the line. Comes back in the, OT. Nobody scores in the first couple of minutes. They get a couple buckets. We answer back. Inbounds play. Incredible. Obi Toppin with the dunk, even though he got fouled, still got the points. Wow, we beat the Knicks at the Garden game 1, 138-135, and just shocked the world. Indiana Pacers. My Indiana Pacers. God, brilliant. There's nothing I love more in sports than beating the Knicks as a Pacers fan. It is just something that I just cherish every single time it happens. I mean, I'm a diehard Ohio State fan, and obviously Michigan is top of the list, and a Penguins fan. I always hated losing and cherished beating the Washington Capitals, Sid versus Ovi. But man, this Pacers Knicks just is dear to my heart. It's absolutely dear to my heart. Those city folks. I live in Chicago now, but the city folks in New York versus, Indiana, the cornfields, the Naptown. Wow. That's my takeaway as well. I'm going to try to get into this game a little bit more, but just wow. Like, what did we watch? Because I just feel like the Western Conference round, Minnesota versus OKC, I could barely watch it. It was so boring. And this basketball game was so much talent on the floor. And originally, Knicks were kicking the Pacers' butt on the boards. I mean, that was honestly most of the entire game. Pacers didn't do bad in the third quarter. It seemed like they finally got some offensive rebounds, but the Knicks were just playing so damn tough. And Jalen Brunson obviously is such a warrior. I'm a big fan of his, even though, obviously I root against the Knicks, but Jalen Brunson is such a warrior. And holy cow, I just thought the Pacers looked so flat there in the fourth quarter. The first quarter, they literally didn't miss a shot. I think they scored like 18 or 20 points in a row. Just perfect. And I was thinking, like, the Knicks are still hanging with us, though. Like, we literally went 100% almost the entire first quarter, and the Knicks were still, like, trailing only, like, a couple of points. And then they came back, and they took the lead for essentially 2 quarters. We got the lead a little bit in the fourth quarter. Then we gave them the lead, and then we score 20-something points with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, take it to overtime, and then we take the reins in overtime and end up winning. Wow. If you're a New York Knicks fan, you got to be embarrassed. That was a complete joke. I'm only looking at this from a Pacers fan, but I got to pause and maybe glance at it from a Knicks fan. I mean, that's an absolute embarrassment to lose on your home floor like that, give up 20 points at 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. But if you're a Pacers fan, fist pump. Don't even sleep tonight. That's how good of a win that was. I mean, that was un-effing believable. All right, one of the storylines going in this game is the fact that the Pacers have such a big rotation, and the Pacers play full court press essentially the entire game. No Pacers starter plays more than 34 minutes. Every single Knicks starter plays at least 35 minutes, and some play 40. And as a Pacer fan, you're watching that game, and you're like, well, shit, they have, like, their good guys in. Not that we have, like, bad guys, but, like, they have, like, their starters in the game. And we still have some, rotational players in there. And you just think in the back of your mind, like, are we going to have to just play our starters to compete with them all game? But Rick Carlisle, one of the best coaches, in basketball, held strong. Obi Toppin's out there. Thomas is out there, the backup center. Obviously TJ McConnell's out there just trying to get points. And they held strong. I got to say something. Tyler Halliburton, that was one of his first games. I felt like he, like, really played as, like, an absolute all-star. Because I thought what he did that game was he kind of let the game come to him, where he didn't really take any charge in the first quarter. had a couple buckets. Second quarter, got a little bit more hot, keep himself in rhythm, but he was really sharing the wealth, kind of getting other people touches and other people the ball. But as the game went on, he would take the shots when they mattered or when the team really needed them. And I thought that was a relatively awesome thing to see. Not even relatively, I thought that was an awesome thing to see. Let's just review some stat lines here. Siakam, 17 points. Naismith, 30 points. I don't even know. Did he hit 6 threes in the fourth quarter in a row? His athleticism and his defensive ability also in Brunson is a terrible matchup for the Knicks. I mean, Brunson's obviously a dog. Okay, it's not going to like slow Brunson down in a way, but it could wear him. I don't know how to say this. It could wear him out eventually. But he obviously, big respect there. Maybe it's impossible to slow Jalen Brunson down because he's such a competitor. But at the same time, if there's one person in the league you want guarding him, I mean, Naismith, I think, has got to be in the top of that list. Turner, huge game. Turner had some big-ass buckets, especially in the first quarter. 14 points, big shots, strong defense. I really like Turner's game. I thought he led for his veteran leadership, settled the Pacers down. I thought that was awesome. Nembhard, a quiet game, but he had some really key plays. Obviously, that tip at the end of the game where it hit Brunson's hand and we got the ball back. He had that, a couple really good passes, a couple really nice finishes around the rim, a little fadeaway jumper, a couple feet away from the rim. Some nice things, nice points there. I'm still going crazy. Like, that is absolutely bonkers of a win. All right, Tyrese Halliburton, 31 points, incredible. Love the effort, 42 minutes, just awesome. And that's with overtime, though, 42 minutes. Obi Toppin, 8 points, some big minutes for him. Bryant, not a bad game, 4 points for him. TJ McConnell, some really key buckets, great athleticism, great fight, great toughness. And Mathurin, 9 points. Let's jump over the Knicks. Miles Bridges, man. Miles Bridges looks like a damn good basketball player, doesn't he? He looks like one of those basketball players, if you, drew up what a basketball player should look like and shoot like, it's Miles Bridges. That fadeaway jumper from, roughly the free throw line is just scary. I mean, just in the first half. I mean, it was buckets after buckets after buckets after buckets. But, yeah, so he's definitely a guy that the Pacers are going to have to compete with. I feel like he doesn't always love contact, so we should got to be in his face a little bit here. OG, 16 points. I mean, he had that one step back three. I can't believe he hit. I went to IU. I believe he went to IU. And, yeah, man, he's a tough competitor. Towns, huge game, 35 points. 11 for 17, 4 from 8 from 3. Some big-ass buckets in the paint. Some big shots. I mean, he was just played really well tonight. He really did. I mean, 35 points. That's a great game. Jalen Brunson, here we go. 43 points, 15 for 25. Only 1 from 6 from 3, though. And he got a bunch of points at the line as well. He's not going away, guys. Now, we can wear him out a little bit, I'm sure. But he's not going away. So we just got to keep competing. I like how we have a rotation on him. I like that we got Nembhard. I like we got Naismith. And I like that we got Mathurin, even though Mathurin doesn't have the education enough to guard him. Right? There's a certain type of education that requires to guard a great offensive player because you just don't know enough and they know too much and they're going to get around you too quick just based on knowledge alone. I mean, it's a sport of the mind, the basketball is. But still, at least we got a backup guy. And then we also got, who else we got? We got, Shepard could potentially also guard Jalen Brunson if needed here. So, all right, let's keep going. Hart, 8 points, relatively quiet, had a few bully ball buckets, and I mean, not a terrible game, not a good game. And this is where the Knicks really struggle. I mean, Robinson, 2 points, Payne, 6 points, McBride, 9 points. That's their entire bench. They played 8 guys all game. We played 10. They played 8 guys. That's perfect win for the Pacers. Taking them to overtime is exactly how we wanted this series to start. Beating them on their home floor, embarrassing them, and taking them to overtime and winning in overtime is exactly what we wanted as Pacer fans because they only play. I mean, they literally only play 8 guys. Wow. I think going forward, Knicks need to rally themselves and pick themselves up and just be ready to go for game 2. I don't really think they need to necessarily change their game. They just need to get hydrated and be ready to roll. I think the Pacers, though, I think we got to be a little bit tougher in the paint. Both paints. Specifically, our defense, we got to pick up rebounds. I mean, Robinson, Knicks always have some guy that just is so good at rebounds. And Robinson's that guy. We got to somehow figure out a way to box him out, come up with some type of strategy to make sure that we're not losing all those damn offensive rebounds. I mean, we gave them at least 15 points this game with just offensive rebounds. I mean, where's the freaking box score? Sorry, I'm trying to see how many offensive rebounds, that team stats. Yeah, both teams shot 51%. Come on, ESPN. Knicks 15 turnovers. Pacers 7 turnovers. 13 fast break points for the Pacers, 5 for the Knicks. Rebounds, here we go. 13 offensive rebounds for the Knicks, 11 offensive rebounds for the Pacers, 33 defensive rebounds for the Knicks, 26 defensive rebounds for the Pacers. So the rebounds are pretty much the exact same, to be honest with you. I just think the Knicks capitalize on the rebounds. The Knicks capitalize on rebounds, and the Pacers capitalize on turnovers. If you turn the ball over to the Pacers, it's going in your net, and it's going in your hoop, extremely quick. I mean, if you're a Knicks fan, I think that's probably what you'd be thinking right now. It'd be like, how many turnovers led to like easy dunks and layups? All right, guys. It's late. I got to get going here, but I think game 2, Pacers, we got to do better in the paint, and we got to continually compete. We got to compete every single time. Keep playing half court. Keep pushing them down. Keep competing. Keep competing, and keep competing. The Knicks are damn tough. They're a damn tough team, and we just got to be a little bit tougher. We got to be a little bit more resilient, and that's what we were tonight. The best thing about this Pacer team is they did what great teams do, and they just find ways to win games they're not supposed to win. You're not supposed to win a game 1 in Madison Square Garden when the entire city of New York is absolutely vibing because they're about to have basketball potentially in June. They got basketball in late May. I got to look at the calendar. Are they automatically going to have basketball in June? Because that's every Knicks fan dream. No, they won't. If the Pacers beat them, they will not have basketball in June. Hell yeah. But that's the dream of the city for the Knicks is, basketball in June, New York weather. It's Indy 500 week, baby. It's Indy 500 week. This is the week of Indiana. Pacers with a giant win. Let's go. I'm going to have a podcast tomorrow talking about Indy 500. Talking about who to bet on, who not to bet on, and why. Check that out. Appreciate you being here. If you're a first-time listener, please subscribe. I got a bunch of links below. Free stickers, Cubs tickets, all this cool stuff below. Check that out. I got merch. You can check that out. Beers by the Ivy merch. I got a lot of cool stuff. And the sponsor of the podcast is Sports World Chicago. It's a Cubs store directly across from Wrigley. I'm honored to have them as my sponsor. 10% off is Beers by the Ivy is the code. Get 10% off any Cubs merch. My hats are going in there as well. So yeah, Beers by the Ivy is rock and rolling, but I'm just emotionally happy and at this point even maybe emotionally exhausted because that game was an absolute roller coaster of emotions. And to win, God, I love Knicks Pacers. I love the competition of Knicks Pacers. It's just something special. I think both sides of the aisle in terms of the fans can respect how incredible Knicks Pacers series is, and it's damn good for the NBA too. I'm so glad there's not super teams, and these are teams that are home built for the most part, and just teams. They're not like mega superstars left, right, and sideways. No, these are teams built together and grown together, And I think that's what's going to make this series special. And I'm really hoping that this series, we got last year, we got this year, and I hope we got future series, Knicks Pacers, because I love Knicks Pacers. All right, guys. Talk soon. Talk tomorrow. Thanks. See you later.